Hey now, hey now, hey now.
Hey now. Sorry for the wait, is that thing set up right? Yeah, it is. Sorry for the delayed start. Right before I went live, I noticed that my microphone settings seemed a little off. And then when I ran a quick test, I saw I was horribly overmodulated. And it turned out, I guess, well, I'm not for sure why, but I think because I was recording something else with a different app. And I boosted the microphone up all the way, and I guess that just like it was a system setting, not an app setting. So, yes, thank you. I needed that alert right then. So, I thought there would be some more now stuff. I thought some more stuff had popped up, but it hadn't. But I did find a document, well, sort of a documentary. It's a retrospective on her, and I guess it's the whole lead up to her going to yep, welcome Silverio.
Hey now.
We're not gonna watch this right now.
Are you happy?
But go away. Yeah, I guess it's like the whole lead up to what is it? To now going to Casper. And speaking of which, she may be there now. Hold on, I gotta find this. I think it's in my history here. Hold on. Maybe it's over here. Hold on. Yeah, so this picture here, this is in Casper. Someone on Kiwi Farms basically did a search and they like found this exact thing. So this is either an elaborate Photoshop or she's fucking in Casper. So
What?
which I don't know why. I mean, nothing good can come from this. I mean, I can't imagine why she would go to Casper if not to see Cobra. But it's a nice AI photo. The building is unstable and is shifted. What the fuck are they talking about? Stalking and harassing. I mean, who knows? Hopefully Josh will be safe. Because clearly she's not. She's not in a good way. Anyways, let's get started here. Hold on.
I went to the Rib Chop House and I got one Jamaican brown sugar cedar plank salmon, one
What's he?
cup of gumbo
What the fuck's he doing eating salmon? I mean, I love salmon, but like I don't know. I feel like a food like salmon on him is just wasted. Sorry, let's
soup,
start over.
cedar plank salmon, one cup of gumbo soup, and some garlic mushrooms. Their menu looked really tasty, and I don't think I've ever had their food before, so I thought I'd do a review on it.
I just love how these and DSP is guilty of this too. Of these people who fucking will just like quote give food reviews, but they're reviews of places that are local. This isn't a chain restaurant. I'm fairly certain. Christ, look at that. $35 for that. Yeah, I'm not blocking it. $35 total, $57.27. Jesus Christ, I could feed my whole. There are a couple of meals I can feed my family of 5 for cheaper than that. That's fucking insane.
No sponsor. Oh lordy, it's fresh. It's piping hot, YouTube. It is piping hot. The salmon comes with a piece of salmon. It's got rice and broccoli on it. That looks delicious.
I'm actually gonna probably have
Just try the
salmon
food
on
and see
Monday
what I think
night.
about it. But yeah, YouTube, I'm checking out the Chop House, see what it's all about. I've heard a lot of good things about them. Let's grab our gumbo. Fresh gumbo. That gumbo smells pretty delicious, man. Check out the gumbo. We're gonna add some salt and pepper and some crackers to it. They gave us 2 packets of salt, 2 packets of pepper. If I like the food and the way it tastes, I'll definitely be back for more orders.
Yeah.
What you think about that gumbo? Did that look good or what? I see little chunks of meat in there, beans, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, that's why are you having a meat thing with the fish?
Can you see the steam action coming off of that?
He is not looking good. I mean, we say that all the time, but like
pretty
he's
swinging, YouTube. I like the taste of that. That gumbo is piping hot, man.
I mean, imagine how he's going to look
at that.
12 months from now.
Garlic mushrooms. They're warm, they're fresh, they're chewy, they're fully cooked. And that garlic flavor is so
I'm
rich.
sorry, they should not be chewy.
Yo, this salmon is dumb fresh, man. It's on the hinges right there. Take a look at that.
That salmon does look good, I must say.
Watching Cobra eat vegetables might break the internet, but anyways. Grab our salt and our pepper packets.
Yeah, let's not taste it first. Let's just pour the shit on it.
The internet. Not the biggest fan of broccoli, but it's fresh. It's steamed.
But then why did you get it with that? You could, I'm sure they would have replaced it.
Coloration on that salmon. Sweet, savory, salty, seductive. Yo, look at that.
Oh.
The color on this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of broccoli, but that broccoli had a nice, clean vegetable steam taste on it, so very nice, refreshing taste. I'm gonna leave you with it. That's the food hack, food review of the day. Happy Sunday and keep kicking it. What's up, YouTube? So check this out. My YouTube trolls have hacked Walt's GoFundMe page that I set up for him. And it's been really fucking weird because the money I had for Walt saved up so far to give to Angie is now gone. And it sucks. I would never do anything to screw over people that I care about, and I make plenty of good money just doing my thing on YouTube, so what would be the point of it? And I would never do anything to screw them over, to be brutally honest.
You lying sack of shit!
Years hanging out with Walt and Angie, ordering DoorDash whenever they needed pop, or like groceries, or food, or trash bags, taking out their trash. I did the best I could to take care of Walt and Angie, and I want to continue to back off from their daughter and just periodically check on Angie.
I will continue to back off from their daughter.
Once I got my KingCobraJFS channel back, and I'm just waiting for strikes to wear off. You know how mad that made my YouTube trolls? So mad that I'm willing to bet you that the reason why the money's gone from that GoFundMe page is because my YouTube trolls hacked it to try to frame me to make me look bad, and then create a bunch of fake GoFundMe pages to rip on me, to like add insult to injury, so to speak.
I feel like
And I wouldn't put it past my YouTube trolls.
I feel like so many people Jock Saunders. Whoa, hold on. My name is Jock Sandwich. Go phone my buddy Josh Saunders. He has Asperger's autism. He saddled himself with immense responsibilities of monitoring. No. Sure to spend those funds on DoorDash, booze, and chatterbait. No serious stupid fucking talk to text. What, Dad? No. Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Josh got his KingCobraJFS channel back. That makes us mad. Maybe we can just leave him alone. No, I got a better idea. Let's hack the fucking GoFundMe page that Josh set up for Walt and his family. I've been getting nonstop crap since Walt died. And then I'm going to try to set up a GoFundMe page for Angie and their daughter because I don't want my trolls. I do not want my trolls harassing their GoFundMe page. I get crap for that too, and if I didn't do anything, I get crap for that for not caring. So it's like, fuck off.
No, you
How
would
can
not
they
have
fuck
gotten.
with it other than hacking your
Hold on,
GoFundMe
hold
page?
on.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
No, if you had just done nothing, no one would have complained. If you had just said, like, I'm sorry, it sucks, whatever, like, no one would have done anything. And the trolls, I really don't think, would have fucked with a GoFundMe page that you had absolutely nothing to do with.
You set up and then taking all the money to try to make you look bad by donating $5 under the name Puff the Dead Lizard, and then the positive message they want to share. Let's talk all the nasty shit about Josh and Walt's family. Like, oh wow, you had to donate money to the cause just to fuck with Cobra. Your life is consumed. I try to be a good dude about the whole situation, and it's just blowing up in my fucking face. So when I get a hold of GoFundMe, I'm going to be reporting a lot of these fake Josh Saunders GoFundMe pages.
Ooh.
And asking and inquiring about what happened to the money that that I happened to have made from a couple of my trolls being dicks. But the most of people who donated to Walt's GoFundMe page that I made was all in love and support for Cobra. They'd be like, you know what, Cobra, I can tell you're taking Walt's death pretty hard. That's pretty sweet of you to back off and not try anything with his daughter and just be there for Angie if she needs company. To be quite honest with you, Angie and her daughter's safety is more important to me than any amount of money in the world. It's about principle. It's about matter. And if you want to get mad at me about talking about certain things on YouTube, I could do a whole fucking video and not say her fucking name. Piss off. Ugh, tax season. I spent years doing what I could
What
to
did
take
he?
care of
What do you say?
tax season. Video and not say her fucking name. Piss off. Ugh, tax season.
You say tax season?
Doing what I could to take care of Walt and Angie if they needed food, and Angie didn't feel like cooking. Ugh, tax season.
Yeah.
I spent years doing what I could to take care of Walt and Angie if they needed food, and Angie didn't feel like cooking. I'd whip out my phone and I'd be like, I can always DoorDash us some food. What do you want? What are you in the mood for?
Oh yeah, I'm sure fucking Clint was thrilled at that. I mean, come on. Like, don't fucking DoorDash them shit. You don't have a job.
Vietnam vets and very racist, was in fact very racist towards Asians. And I got him to try sushi and he actually liked it. No, I'm not gonna
Wait, what was that?
Very racist, was in fact very racist towards Asians. And I got him to try sushi and he actually liked it. No, I'm
Why would you just openly admit that he was openly racist towards Asians?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
God, he really does have Asperger's.
My drinking got out of control, and now I'm starting to drink less again. And my trolls,
it's like saying he hated black people, but I had him try out fried chicken and he loved it.
Are fucking assholes. They harassed Walt nonstop when he was alive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
The nastiest things about his daughter, and it's like, my trolls need fucking help, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. I try to be a solid dude, and people just give me shit for it. So whatever you hear about King Cobra on the internet, unless you didn't hear it from the Cobra's mouth, it's probably not true. If you didn't hear it from the Cobra's mouth, it's probably not true.
Even if you heard it from his mouth, it's probably not true.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Oh, Josh tried to do a sweet thing for Angie and Walt and them, you know. How can we fucking ruin this for him? Let's hack his account, steal the money from the GoFundMe page, and then try to make him look like the piece of shit. And then just to make him pissed off, raging mad, create a bunch of fake accounts, a bunch of fake GoFundMe pages, just to rip on Cobra and try to scam people into supporting all the lies that we're spreading about him. And it's just like, it's disgusting. Money's going to be tight for the next couple of months or so, but I'm going to be getting back into making wands and dropping a new album. We're gonna bully Cobra and Walt's family for Walt's death, and then try as hard as we can to fucking dehumanize someone.
Yeah, I was about to say, do what now?
Who's got special needs. I suffer from, let's see, Asperger's, bipolar depression, schizophrenia, ADHD, bipolar depression, like I said, OCD, Tourette's, and I also have
What?
ocular deficiency disorder. I think that's all of them, just to name the few. And I make the best of my life. It's not easy, but my life could be fucking worse, YouTube. I am not complaining.
Could be a lot better, too.
But what I am complaining about is, like, my trolls are fucking assholes. All this is doing is getting people to watch my videos and feel sorry for Cobra. And it's like, dude, Josh's trolls are fucking next level assholes. And I'm like, you think? I make plenty of money doing my thing on YouTube, and why would I steal from people I care about?
Mm-hmm. Oh, but there's a part 2 as well. The battle continues. This should be good. Later then. Wednesday.
Hey, YouTube.
Hey.
So Walt's GoFundMe page that I made for him and his family got hacked by my trolls, and they basically refunded all the donations. When I got my KingCobraJFS channel back, that royally pissed off my YouTube trolls. So in retaliation, I wouldn't put it past them to pull some shit like that. And
any true trolls would not be upset that his channel was restored. If anything, it'd be happier. It means more content.
Further the evidence as proof, my buddy Deathbed Tapes told me that he got an email from GoFundMe. And then as soon as that happened, my trolls created a bunch of fake GoFundMe pages. To try to scam people and fuck with me further. The level at which these assholes go to fuck with me is disgusting.
Mountain States chapter of Paralyzed Veterans of America. That thing was like a mugshot. Is that supposed to be someone down there? Alex Cam... Oh, no. I'm sure there's some bunch of random inside jokes there.
I would never screw over people I care about. And I care about Walt and his family, and I care about my fans. And
never screw people I care about, and then proceeds to get shit-faced drunk and arrested when he's out of his family.
YouTube trolls were donating money just to fuck with me on the GoFundMe page. So I'd make their donation anonymous so people couldn't read their nasty comments. They tried to get my deal taken down. When those two things didn't work, their third attempt was to hack the account, refund all the money to try to frame me and make me look bad. And it's disgusting. I hate my trolls. They are fucking assholes. And if you believe all the crap my trolls are trying to pull here with this GoFundMe shit, you're as dumb as they are. But they're dumber for doing it. They're like, well, the trolls lose once again.
What the hell is that? Is that another alcoholic drink?
But they're dumb.
Kona Big Wave. What the hell is that? Oh, Big Wave Golden Ale. Of course it's alcoholic. Or alcohol, whatever. God damn it. Hold on. Oh, God, whatever. I don't care.
Dumber for doing it. They're like, well, the trolls lose once again. You think, oh, okay, you know what? Cobra got his channel back. We lose again, and maybe we should back off and leave Cobra alone. It's like, no. All that money was going to go directly to Angie, and no one believed me, so, of course, naturally, no one was donating. And then it doesn't help the fact that my YouTube trolls found a way to, like, hack the GoFundMe page, because the page is still up, but the donations aren't there. So that doesn't make sense. We'll just keep the GoFundMe up and see how much money we can make for Angie, man, and then leave it at that. My YouTube
let's leave the
trolls
page
harassed
up.
Walt and Angie and their family for years, and Walt never cared. He was just like, Josh is a solid dude. If Walt had a problem with me, he could have just said, hey, Josh, get the fuck out of my house. And I would have been like, okay, man. No, I'm going to continue to back off from their daughter and not try anything and just occasionally check up and give Angie a call and just see how she's
I love how he
doing.
always has to throw that in, that, like, I'm sticking away, I'm not going to do anything to Ellen. Like, what other situation can you think of where, like, someone has to specifically point out, yeah, I'm not going to be a fucking creep to their daughter?
And, Angie has dementia, and people take advantage of her kindness, but I didn't say that out loud. Okay, that's enough.
I think she's faking it just to get rid of them.
People have been blowing up my phone the last couple of days, calling me a scumbag and a piece of shit, this and that.
God, is he going to put that in his mouth without cleaning it? Did you see that?
Out loud. Okay, that's enough out of you, Cobra. People have been blowing up my phone the last couple of days,
like,
calling
that's
me
in
a
his
scumbag
hair.
and
He's
a
scratching
piece of
his
shit,
head
this
with his
and that.
hair
I'm
and
like,
his pipe.
Why would I spend years doing everything I can to take care of Walt and Angie and make sure they're safe and just go over to visit with them? And no, dude, fuck that. I did anything I could to take care of Walt and Angie, man. Anything. If they were out of pop or cigarettes, I'd hook them up. If they needed food, or if I was ordering DoorDash.
Oh, great, you hooked them up with cigarettes. What a fucking saint you are.
You know, that was kind of my thing. If they were out of toilet paper, I'd DoorDash them some. If they needed trash bags or their trash is taken out, I'd do it. Just sit there and visit with them. Taking care of Walt and Angie is more important in that situation than trying anything with their daughter. And that's just it. I don't try to get down her pants. I don't try anything with her. I don't stalk her. I leave her alone. I try to do something nice for her and her family, and it blows up in my fucking face. And I don't want any recognition or reward or praise for it. I'm just trying to be a solid dude and do right by Walt, because I feel horrible about the whole fucking thing.
Uh-oh.
Good evening, fellow tubers. So I've been doing some investigating and work.
Oh, now we got a twisted tea.
As far as the GoFundMe page getting fucked with, and I set up for Walt and Angie. And my spitter spies have been on the case. Is that my YouTube trolls created a bunch of fake GoFundMe accounts. And
oh my god, look at his feet. Look at his toes.
Use that to troll. My spitter spies have been on the case. Is that my YouTube trolls created a bunch of fake GoFundMe accounts and then use that to falsely mask flag.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm like zooming in on the dead body here, but like, look at this. Like, look all the dirt and shit, and it's all red too. Literal caveman, yeah, exactly. Welcome, Exiled.
Hey now, hey now.
Like the page I had set up for Walt. Just the same shit that they did in my YouTube channel, which I got back, and that royally pissed them off. So they had to go and create a bunch of fake accounts and flag the GoFundMe page I tried to set up for Walt.
Alice.
And because of all the false flags, GoFundMe refunded the money to the donors. And I think we might have solved the case, detective assholes. Like,
is he a diabetic? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all if he has like undiagnosed diabetes or some sort of thing similar with that.
And he don't take shit from nobody. He's his own man. Chicka-wah, 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 ow, ow, ow. If you've been following the series on YouTube, it started with the video of the truth. I would never do anything to screw over people I care about. My trolls are fucking assholes, dude. Shit. And Karma's gonna catch these fuckers, because a lot of people are sick and tired of watching me get bullied on the internet. And the fact that I don't back down, and I'm not giving in, to quote Last Man Standing by Hammerfall. So my YouTube trolls got the GoFundMe page deleted. After they got caught up in their lie, my buddy Deathbed Tapes posted proof that I was right in my last video on this topic. And then my trolls got mad, started trolling him and creating fake GoFundMe pages about Alex Ford. And then they got my page that I created for Walt deleted. And it's disgusting. My trolls need fucking help. They take great pleasure in life and tormenting me and making me as miserable as possible.
For some reason, I just find that amusing, the fucking cable line there. Like, I don't know if that... God damn it, my wife's feeding the dog again. I don't know if that's for TV or for internet. Actually, if I had to guess, it's probably for internet.
Nasty shit, but they're the ones doing it.
Fuck cable, fiber optic is the way to go.
And if that one gets deleted, I'll just make another one. I'm not backing down. I'm standing my ground on this. Angie will get a nice chunk.
You can get like gigabit fiber optics. I highly recommend it.
You want to pick us? I want to pick on Cobra. My trolls were losing it because their plans were foiled again. They tried to get people to hate me and frame me. They tried to get my channel taken down. It didn't work. So then what's the next plan of attack? Get the GoFundMe page taken down. And it's like, you know, they're just digging themselves deeper and deeper into a hole of bullshit karma that's coming their way because they're sick and tired of bullshit.
I'm sorry, I just can't help but think of him using his goddamn pipe to scratch his head. That disgusting head of his.
I can't even sign back into my GoFundMe account, and my trolls got my newest GoFundMe deleted. I'm sitting there trying to make some money for Angie and her daughter because I feel
Wait, he's wearing the same shirt?
And the YouTube trolls keep getting it deleted. I was right in my last
he's wearing the same shirt on Thursday as on Saturday.
My trolls got mad, so the trolls got my...
You know he didn't fucking wash it. He's just been laying around, living in that same shirt all these days.
This GoFundMe deleted. I'm sitting there trying to make some money for Angie and her daughter because I feel horrible about Walt's death. And the YouTube trolls keep getting it deleted. Well, I want to declare war on these fucking assholes.
Ooh.
GoFundMe is not letting me sign back into my accounts, and then when I try to create a new account, it keeps saying error, try again. So people are fucking doing some sneaky shit behind the scenes. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I wanted to make Angie anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000, and then as soon as I try to do it, I'm the piece of shit, right? If I didn't try to help Ellen or Angie out, I'd be a piece of shit for not caring. So, like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. And honestly, I'm fucking sick of it. And the trolls lose, otherwise they wouldn't try this hard to fuck with me. Think about it. I don't go out of my way to fuck with my YouTube trolls. I don't. People kept on texting me, haha, we got your GoFundMe page deleted. So I tried to log in to see if my newest one got deleted.
Yeah, I love that. Show fucking proof that anyone contacted you about the GoFundMe page and laughing about it.
To create a new one.
So, I have no idea what the record is. Exile. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if it was 20 days.
It's fucking bullshit, dude. Also, Tim Lemon, you can go fuck yourself.
Who?
Saving that for a gender relations rant. GoFundMe is not letting me sign into my account or let me sign up and create a new account. It's very frustrating, but I digress. It's stupid. I try to do something nice for Angie and her daughter.
Oh boy, we have gender relations coming up.
And this is the thanks I get. I'm so fucking sick of it, dude. There's only so much you can take before you're just like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. My trolls are assholes, and they need to be put in their place. It's like, if Cobra didn't rule your sad life, you wouldn't make his life as miserable as you possibly can. That's the fucking truth. You wouldn't even care. Like, oh my god, Cobra's breathing. We better harass him on it. Karma's gonna catch my trolls. You stole Walt's GoFundMe page because you're jealous of Cobra. Well, guess what? Karma's not gonna like you. See that? You called down the thunder, well, now you got it. Because now I can't even log into GoFundMe to give Angie the money I wanted to give her. They're not even giving me a chance to shine. They're just assuming...
How much money, how much money was raised? Like, how much was donated to his GoFundMe? That's what I have yet to find out. Does anyone know?
I'm sick of it. So I'm like, that's kind of bullshit. I'm trying to raise money and be a good person for Angie and her daughter, and this is the thanks I get. I don't care if her daughter dates me. I just don't care. I would never cuck Walt, and I don't care if Ellen dates me. I wish people would just leave me the fuck alone. It's not gonna happen. So I'm pretty much here to exist for everyone else's entertainment at this point. Trolls are bragging about how they got my recent GoFundMe page deleted
I guess he
a second
bathed. His
time.
feet
I'm
look a
trying to
lot
log
better,
in to recreate
relatively
it. See if it got
speaking.
deleted and GoFundMe won't even let me log in to their website. It's bullshit. How my YouTube trolls can sit there and create fake GoFundMe pages to fuck with me and then get my shit deleted, and then when I go to flag their shit, nothing gets done about it. I'm just so tired of it, YouTube. My trolls are such assholes. And it's only a matter of time.
Did you open up his eyes?
I bites them in the ass. I tried to make money for Angie and her daughter, and I can't even do it because my trolls gotta take everything positive in my life and ruin it because they're assholes. That's what they do. Well, I can't make any money, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else to try to raise money for Angie and Ellen. And so be it. I'm not gonna let Walt's legacy die. No one takes me seriously outside of my YouTube fans. And I'm just tired of it, YouTube.
Aw. Okay, so we got Easter and gender relations, and then we have more bad cooking. But I'll be right back. This will be quick. I'll be like just like a minute. And we're back.
KingCobraJFS back from the depths of hell to record another gruesome video. Boo-ha-ha-ha. Happy 420 weekend. I got a splash of rum haven. Oh, that stuff's...
He is gone already.
Seriously the best coconut rum. You don't even know.
Gotta look at him. Well, Easter was on 420, so...
That's what's up. Now, normally I mix that with some rum haven and like a little bit of body on my peach mango, which I've been sipping on. Pretty tasty, but I want to try something different. Sometimes in life, it's good to have variety. I'm gonna mix that rum haven with a little bit of splash of Mountain Dew. I'll give it some extra sugar and some unnecessary chemicals and caffeine and all kinds of goodness. What can we make on top of that? I think if I got a can, what should I do? Yeah.
So graceful.
Yes. Bud Light Lime. Thank you. You can call that a Cobra's coconut and lime. Okay, let's go.
Oh, he's adding that too?
Perfection. Oh, it's gonna be good homies. Oh yeah. Put the lime in the coconut. It gives you that vibe, dude. 100. Mountain Dew with Bud Light Lime and coconut rum is seriously good. And
You
Rum
lying sack
Haven
of
and
shit!
Mountain Dew and Bud Light are not a sponsor, but this is an adult drink combo. You can make drink combos regardless of your age. It just depends on what you're mixing. And what I mixed into here with the Bud
Fuck.
Light and the coconut rum, see, that's for adults. I'm going to
That
give
thunder?
a lecture on how men can pick up chicks without being a jerk. And if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to. I'm not here to cause drama with anyone. But if you want to better understand women as a man, you have to understand how women argue and think. And I say you can love a woman and understand how she thinks. I made a couple of new customized t-shirts. Got a Cobra smoking a cigarette. It's just attitude in a t-shirt, you know. It's got a Cobra smoking, a black and green Cobra smoking a cigarette on the front. It says, "Thank you for smoking." And then on the back, it's got a picture of death. And it says, "Fuck you." It's just pure attitude. And that's not your Java, you know. I got other t-shirts available. My customized KingCobraJFS official.
Okay, so there's a slight chance I might
customized girl.
lose power.
I got a lot of fucking.
So if I
sick
suddenly go dead,
t-shirt
that's why.
designs.
Oh, God.
You know, some of them are obnoxious, rude, funny, and a bit Cobra cultish, you know. Overall, I think I make pretty sweet t-shirts, and I appreciate you watching this video. So now we're back to our scheduled programming. So what do you do when women argue with you? Your best line of defense when women are arguing with you is to stick to your guns and use a sense of humor. They will withhold sex from you. If that doesn't work, then they'll use their emotions or insult your masculinity. And
I love when people who aren't in relationships give advice
about.
about them.
And if that doesn't work, then they'll bring up some shit they're pissed off about from a fight you had like 2 weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, bruh, the whole thing I'm saying is that, like, you know, we need to be nicer to each other. That's correct. We need to be nicer to each other. We need to be nicer to each other. That's the thing of it, YouTube. Sex is not important. There are more important things than getting laid, like world peace. You feel me? There's way too much goddamn pressure on people to do it. And, like, I'm not gonna hate on people because XYZ, that's their thing, as long as you're not a goddamn sicko and you treat me with respect. And, like, this
Guy says getting laid isn't everything. Guy says getting laid isn't everything, and he lost everything to get laid, essentially.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, exactly, Exiled, and welcome, hum along. Hope you're feeling better after your little health scare. I won't get into specifics, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Hey now, hey now.
One of my fangirls, and I'm not having it, YouTube. Not having it. She got a husband. She's trying to do her thing. Leave her alone. This Tim Lemon asshole acts like he's entitled to a girlfriend, and I'm like, let me tell you something, bud. You're not entitled to shite. Okay, yeah, you know what?
Who the hell is Tim Lemon?
Oh. Fuck yes. Okay, it's like everyone sees the coconut rum haven in the body of our peach mango, and they're like, okay, do another combo with it. Like, I got you. A Cobra's coconut and lime, that is fucking delicious. Mountain Dew, Bud Light Lime, and some coconut
I guess the thing
Maven, that is
translated it
fucking
wrong.
fire, dude. Underage drinking is lame. You know, you got your whole life ahead of you. Just wait till you're 21 to smoke and drink. It's worth the wait, trust me. When men realize...
Why would we buy it from you? You're the opposite. It's for you. It's more of a case of kids never start drinking and doing drugs. Might end up like this guy.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
They're the prize because women crave a provider. It's what it is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be making TikToks about it. Granted, yes, I've had some shit luck with women, but I refuse to hate them. And there's like way too much pressure on people to date and have sex, and it's obnoxious. All I gotta say is wait till you're in college. Yeah. And if you want to increase your chances of getting some lady attention, fellas, man up and get some tactical soap. Coupon code King Cobra no longer works, but the affiliate link, it makes a couple cents. It's a great way to provide support for Scott Carr. So check out Tactical Soap. I swear by that product. Tactical Soap is the bee's knees, man. One of my fangirls was texting me about this creep that's harassing her, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if she's got a man or not. You leave my fangirls the fuck alone. You don't fuck with my Cobra Angels. You don't do it. You don't do it. I'm not going to mention the fangirl's name because I don't want to drag her into the drama. I told her I wouldn't. But this Tim Lemon asshole is a piece of shit. He acts like he's so entitled to pussy. And it's like, dude, you'll catch honey with more flies. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm just laughing. I was glancing over because I'm wondering about looking at that now thing, because I'm thinking back, I might have seen something like that already, the build up. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, I just glanced over at the Wrestling Otaku's channel. We're probably not going to watch that tonight, but he has a video. It's over a half hour long, and it's titled Kevin Owens Wasted His Career in WWE. Like, that has to be the biggest fucking joke I've ever heard in my life. We may have to maybe touch on that, but I'd like, I can't stand. How could you stretch it out to a half hour? I don't know. I'm tempted, but we'll see. Let's finish the Cobra shit first.
Like, and you'll catch more honey with flies.
Like, there are some bad wrestling takes out there, but that might be one of the worst ones I've ever fucking heard. Like,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta be nice to people. You can't expect everyone to kiss your ass if you don't kiss everyone else's ass. You know, and that's kind of the thing, is you can't make everyone else happy. Like, oh, I'm not gonna date Josh because his trolls are assholes. But then proceed to bitch and complain because they're sick of dating. And I'm like, well, that's because people need to be nicer to each other, and it has nothing to do with dating, but I didn't say that out loud. Shh. I see women and men bitching on TikTok. They're all sitting there like, oh, I haven't had my first kiss, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, who cares? Who fucking bloody cares? They're all about consent.
my
fuck sickos.
15-year-old actually had her first kiss recently.
God damn, that is fucking
She
good.
beat Dad. She got her first kiss quicker than I did. Which, honestly, I don't care. But I feel like she fucking, like, she kind of like took it like some pride, as if like, yeah, I beat my dad on that. It's like, what?
My strategy for picking up on chicks is using my attractive qualities to my advantage. I agree with animals and old people, you know. And I got a gift with singing and music.
They really do grow up really fast.
She sees your sweet, musical, creative, vulnerable side. Let's think of it. You want to pick up on chicks, you get yourself some Tactical Soap. Don't try to get
Tactical
lazy,
Soap.
play it cool. Fuck's sake. You want the keys to a successful relationship. More sex, less fighting, never go to bed angry, good communication, and good communication is more important than good sex. The thing I love about being a dude is I don't give a fuck what other dudes think of me. That's their problem, not mine.
What?
I can't even log back into my GoFundMe page profile to see if the page got deleted or not. It's It's stupid. So I may have to go somewhere else to try to raise money for Inch. But that's beside the point. And I'm not going to let that go because my YouTube trolls are disgusting assholes and society's full of hypocrites and shitheads. But all you can do is just keep going and keep being a good person. You need to take this video how you want to take it, but I'll be uploading a food hack momentarily after I upload this video. People are like, oh, Cobra's got a 420 weekend drink combo. What is it? Cobra's coconut and lime. Okay, how do you make it? Coconut rum haven, Mountain Dew, and Bud Light lime. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Goddamn, not a sponsor, but that is fucking fire, dude.
Like I said, watching sites just makes me feel better about quitting drinking.
Craft. Some people are not going to be my biggest fan, and I'm like, I'm cool with that. Not every chick's
always
gonna get
happy
what
to
I'm
laugh
saying.
at Walt.
Oh, I don't listen to keep
Well, if you're that serious about it, then we probably will give it a look
so
after the other stuff.
Save that for when I get off the tubes.
Probably at a fat. We may speed up the things a bit because I don't want to be here like too long.
You know what I'm saying? Like, men, apply what I've taught you
yes,
in
thanks
this
again,
video, and wear some tactical soap, and don't try to get laid. Show me a like on the video if it's like, you know what, you're a dude or you're a chick, and all you want's good sex, good cuddles, good food, and someone who respects you and appreciates what you're laying down. Because that's what love's all about, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're not a goddamn sicko, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you do. Do it up. It's 420 weekend. God damn that drink combo.
Another two-piece for enduring Olodaku.
Thanks, bud.
Generals gathered in their masses,
Get
just
it.
like witches and black masses. Hate you. I could shriek like Danny Filth, I can sing like Ozzy Osbourne, and I can sing like John Lennon. Look out. That's fucking awesome. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck the trolls. It was fucking bloody miserable the last couple of days with the snow in Casper. I'm like, welcome to Wyoming. April showers bring May snowplowers. I'm from Wyoming. It's a cowboy state. I love Wyoming. Look, I love America. And, you know, I think farts and diarrhea are funny because I'm immature like that. How the fuck do Easter bunnies poop eggs? I thought chickens were the only ones that made it, man.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Where the fuck's the tab on it? There it is.
God, that is like old school white trash nowadays. Like smoking Marlboros.
So the smoke goes. Amazingly, the whole trailer doesn't smell of tobacco.
Remember when? Well, I'm sure you remember this song. Remember when like fucking cigarette companies had like points and shit, like rewards for having cigarettes and shit. Like one of my former friends, who used to be my best friend, we grew apart as we got older. But anyways, his dad, fucking, he smoked all the time, and he had like all this Marlboro shit. And he had the catalog, like the thing of like, you know, send in so many fucking, Marlboro's miles, I guess what it was called. He had that shit. He had like a Marlboro towel. I'm pretty sure he had, because they had a pool. I'm almost positive they had a Marlboro inflatable raft. And big shock, he's dead. He's no longer with us. He'd probably be like in his 70s or 80s now. Oh, I should go and I'm going to ask my dad because he would definitely know because they were like best friends. He's going to be like, why the fuck you asking me this? Hold on. Random question. How old would Jim be if he was still alive today? Okay, yeah. Yeah, he died. It was I mean it was sad. Well, all deaths I feel like are sad for the most part, but he fucking died of a heart attack during like the presidential elections, and he was fucking young too. He was how old was he? Fuck. He was in like his 30s or 40s. He died young.
It was a system agreed upon my father and said myself. I could be an asshole.
Oh God, adding fucking Bud Light lime to whiskey. Ah.
Oh yeah. Woo.
You lying sack of shit!
Look, adding Mountain Dew is one thing.
Bloody good. The rest of you two people just need to be nicer to each other and more patient with each other. The world is too.
Oh God, could you imagine mixing Red Bull with whiskey? Like vodka is one thing, but
And people are just jerks to each other. They're like,
God, I haven't had a Red Bull and vodka in so fucking long.
oh, I don't care if like
Definitely not since COVID.
There are plenty of girls that are into me. Which brings me to your next lesson, my fellow Cobra demons. Focus on the Cobra.
I'm sure he's gonna set. My dad's gonna ask like, "Why the fuck were you asking about
the
Jim?"
ones who don't want
He's gonna be like, "I saw someone with Marlboros." I think he'll understand.
Bullshit anyone. But what I gain from it? It's stupid to do.
What is it with gyms and cigarettes and dying young? I mean, freaking my gym died, and although well, Medicare's name isn't Jim. No, it is Jim, right? Yeah, even Medicare too. Oh, there we go. Oh boy, I love a good old cooking video. Pretty sure that's from Hyperstone Heist.
We're gonna make some deliciousness. I don't have any fucking goddamn. We're gonna make.
Okay, what meat is that? Hold on. I'm sorry. I want to see how much that meat costs. Oh, I can't tell. He like ripped off. What is that? 80-20. Okay, so he's not going hardcore with the Thank God I ate before this. Welcome, JDX.
Hey now.
Oh, he's got the bacon ready. 80-20. I thought he was going to do like fucking like 90-10 or 93-7 or something.
We're gonna make some deliciousness.
That shit that's like...
I don't have any fucking goddamn... Oh, make sure the camera's still going. Okay, I'm a little bit drunk. Don't mind me. But like, yeah.
Was that English? Hold on.
Some deliciousness. I don't have any fucking goddamn. Oh, make sure the camera's still going. Okay, I'm a little bit drunk. Don't mind me. But like, yeah.
You're a little bit drunk. If this is a little, I don't want to know what. I don't want to know what major is.
Make some fucking dank ass meat goodness. Got a pan. We got our gas stove.
Oh man, look at him. I think he's put on even more weight. Jesus Christ.
Bread to make this into a complete sandwich, but I digress. This is called 80% lean, 20% fat. Yeah, this is the good stuff.
What do you mean this is the good stuff? I mean, I guess it depends what your definition of good meat is. I mean, I'm fine with fatty meats, mainly because it's cheaper. And I kind of like the flavor that it adds. But, I mean, typically if you're going from a cost thing, most people think, the leaner it is, the better. We'll just assume he washed his hands.
I'm a little bit tipsy, but that's alright.
I'm a bit tipsy. You know it's bad when he's admitting he's drunk. Because when he says, oh, I'm a little drunk, that means he's like fucking, 10 sheets to the wind.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Glorious. Put that in the pan. Now we're gonna hit that beef. Hold up. See that beef right here? If you want to turn that on, still on to a decent heat. Garlic salt, onion powder, cilantro, and black pepper.
Okay, and so I got a response back from my dad. So we'll say that Jim would be about 75 if he was alive, and then I wrote back, how old is he when he died? So we'll see how old he was when he died of a heart attack.
All kinds of dankness to this, so it's hitting that, you know. That's a good amount of seasoning. The cheese I'm using is pepper jack, habanero.
Yeah.
Chorizo.
I would not want that on a burger. I wouldn't really want that on anything, but that's just a personal preference.
Fortune on the stove and start cooking this beef.
Bro, you're cooking fucking. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't put too much cilantro and stuff in. And like, bro, I mean, if you want to add butter for flavor, like, okay, but you don't need to add any sort of like stuff. If you have 80-20, that's a lot of fat. Like, you're not going to need like Pam or anything. Your thing will be greased up just fine.
Keep that butter on hand, you might never know when you may need it. So, like, there it is.
What
I want to cook
fuck?
That
Oh, you didn't even use it for that. Let's look at that again.
Like, there it is.
Why isn't it like... Did he even turn it
I
on?
want to cook that on the gas stove.
You didn't even turn it on! You're supposed to heat it up first! Jesus! Oh god, it's gonna burn.
Cobra's cooking some beef. I'll put the seasoning on that, the butter. It's gonna be delicious.
This is great. We haven't had we haven't had a shit show like this in a while.
I want to cook in all the grease of the meats that I cooked before it. This is like seriously good bacon too. It's like cherry wood smoked thick cut bacon from Black Label. The butter's starting to melt. All the seasoning I put on that. I want to flip it when that bottom side gets a nice crust. I'm gonna butter that lime. Butter that lime. Oh shit! A little bit of beer. Okay, pour a little bit of beer in there with that melted butter.
The one thing I do like about this new face software thing is I do like how it does. It's more sensitive, so it catches more of my expressions. I kind of like that as opposed to the old one I was using.
That seasoning. Oh, that's gonna give it a little tang.
Yeah, I don't think I ever I don't remember playing Siphon Filter. I mean, I know it's considered a PlayStation classic.
Because when that home's a crust.
Oh,
That's gonna be solid. And if it falls apart, that's all good.
bro, you should have flipped it at least once by now.
Damn, if it falls apart. Oh, look, another Cobra video. This is gonna be entertaining. Sure thing, bud.
Oh yeah, the eyebrow thing is pretty cool.
Beer butter grease. It's gonna cook
And
up.
also,
and
I
we're
can
gonna
track
use
the
that grease
eyes
for the
better.
beef.
Like where my pupils are. Bro, it's called a spatula. Fucking use it.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Can I push it down, make sure?
Jesus
It doesn't
Christ.
come apart. I'm just trying to find my way with music and recipes, you know. And not everyone's gonna be a fan of my shit. That's fine. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with my newest video. Don't care.
Well, we gotta see how this looks. Please turn.
Just a little splash to give you a kick, you know.
Sure, throw it in both.
Take a Jack Daniel's honey barbecue sauce. This stuff is sinful. Okay.
What the fuck? He's just pouring it. Oh, God.
Right there.
Welcome, Demeter. You can't. Perfect.
And,
Oh, God.
We'll be flipping it here. Cooking with Cobra. Okay, let's go. Peppered horseradish. See that? That is delightful. And fork a little bit on top. Just like that.
Ugh, horseradish. I fucking hate horseradish. Oh, God, that looks disgusting. That thumbnail did not do this video justice at all.
Everything in there. Just chilling, doing my thing, making some grub.
Yeah.
All the grease that I make from this is gonna go into the bacon for the burger patty.
But he looks so unhealthy. I mean, that's like saying that the sky is especially blue today, but you know what I mean. Ah.
Yeehaw, hang on. I dropped the phone.
Dude, he's flipped that burger once.
Finish a little seasoning. Onion powder. Garlic salt. Cilantro. We should probably hit it with some of that Jack Daniels.
You already hit it with Jack Daniels. You're putting more on? Like, does he not see that it's there?
Just gonna put in grease in the pan.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Yeah, I remember that documentary guys mentioned how, what was that guy's name? Like, Righteous One, something like that. How he said, like, how Josh can't cook simultaneously. Has to be in order. Like, would it not make sense if you're cooking a bacon burger to cook the bacon at the same time as you're cooking the fucking burger? I mean, I know he said he's going to use the grease, but there's plenty of grease there, for God's sakes.
Let it cook and do his thing, and like all the flavors cook into the beef.
Is that what's going to happen?
Cook the bacon and
he is looking.
Tear it in half, make it fit.
Hold on. God, look at up close. I mean, even like on this low resolution, he is looking rough. I mean, nothing about that complexion says, yes, I am a man living a healthy lifestyle.
The bacon and, tear it in half, make it fit the pan, do our thing. Put it on top of the burger and layer it with cheese, bacon, and cheese. And microwave it so the cheese gets nice and melted.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. The burger's breaking in half. Oh, no. Oh.
A little shaky at first, but we got it flipped. Maybe I'm a crazy bastard. Let's throw in some Frank's Red Hot Buffalo sauce.
Oh, God.
Throw a little bit on top for some heat.
Oh, look at the burger. Oh, it's cut in half.
Throw that flavor into the burger. That burger's just about done, son.
That burger's done?
Now that fucking hot sauce is gonna be like super dank, flavors, everything.
Yeah, I guess two small burgers is better than one big one.
Jalapeno habanero cheese. And we're gonna put it on top. Said burger.
We may have to change things up. Well, what the fuck's up with my avatar?
Some dankness, man. Not gonna lie, tax season has been a little rough for you, boy.
How?
You know how it goes, man.
How is his taxes hard? He must have the easiest taxes ever. First of all, he's got to have a fucking accountant. I refuse to believe. Well, no, it's not even that. It's got to be his dad, right? There's no fucking way in hell he's doing his own taxes. I mean, how hard can it be to just, you can, anything he has got, well, yeah, like literally it's just, he can't have any expenses. And all of his earning shit is, I mean, I don't know how it works when you're on SSI. I'm sure they give you I'm sure they give you whatever information you need. There's that. YouTube sends out a form based on any income that you earned. Like, what else would there be?
Government is treason, but they lie.
Even with the other stores, or any of these other sources of income, I have to imagine the amount is so low that they don't even bother sending out any tax forms. They're just like, fuck it, who cares? You know, you don't need anything.
On tax season.
Like, I made such little money on Twitch this past year, didn't even bother sending me or generating a income form for me.
Habanero jalapeno cheese on top.
They're like, you didn't reach the threshold.
Yeah, Sargento makes really good cheese.
No, they make overpriced cheese.
Habanero cheese is the business. Let's put the plate down. Oh, who got this?
What bread is he gonna use?
Throw some of the pan grease on top. We'll throw that chunk of butter in there. Does that thing have enough grease in it? Go fuck yourself.
Bacon makes grease. You don't put grease with the... Oh, God.
Enough of that nonsense. Cherrywood thick cut bacon from Black Label. Fantastic.
I vaguely remember that. Oh,
That's
God, you don't pull bacon, you cut it. Jesus.
And we're going to put them in the pan with all that flavoring, all that beef, all that grease. Oh, yes. Excellent. I cooked this bacon up.
Oh, God.
Nice, chewy, fully cooked. It's going to be placed on top of here
quote,
with more
fully
cheese.
Cooked.
This cheese to be exact.
Oh, no, I've seen it. It's just been a while, DDX. No, we're going to kind of... I know the title of the video says we're watching Queen Cobra, but we might have to pivot for something else.
Like, okay, I get the point. You're fucking...
Yeah, sorry. If you guys aren't into wrestling stuff, you're going to find the next video to be kind of boring. Or... Oh, God.
Oh, I gotta be like anyone, man. I'm gonna take these bacon strips and flip it. There we go. Yeah, my trusty spatula. I like my bacon a little chewy. Right now I'm cooking that bacon, all that beef grease. Beef grease from that monster.
Ugh, who the fuck would want to put beef grease on bacon?
Like, oh, Cobra's too stupid to wipe his own ass. I'm like, really? You're too stupid to leave Cobra alone. Oh, yeah. Look at that bacon. Look at that beer. Just trying to make sure that's...
Also, flipping bacon with, well, two things. Flipping bacon
in the sauce
with a fucking spatula is regarded. Use a fork like a real man.
Beef grease.
And secondly, you shouldn't be pan frying bacon. You should either bake it or preferably air fry it.
Look at that bacon. All that.
After I started air frying my bacon, I never went back to pan frying it.
King Cobra gets a lot.
And I never will go back to pan frying
his cooking videos for being gross, unhealthy, and whatever. I'm like, no one's forcing you to watch. Look at that bacon cooking in that butter. Oh, that's delicious. I can fuck with crispy bacon, but I prefer my bacon to be a little bit chewier, you know? Like,
Yeah, because your teeth can't handle it.
A little bit of crispiness on the edge. It's got a little bit of crispiness on the edge. I'm not gonna bitch. I don't have hamburger buns, but they did use like Texas toast or whatever, you know, but fucking, I got some beef in my fridge.
His tits are bigger too.
Fridge,
He's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, throw it together and pour a splash. Pour a splash in there and be like, that's something to homies. It's a bit crispy on the other side, you know. The bacon's looking good. I'm watching it like a bloody hawk. Take this hot iron skillet. Good shit. Yeah. And I'm going to plate the bacon onto our beef.
shouldn't you pat that? No, why would we pat the bacon dry? Well, if you do that, it sucks away all the juices, dude.
I'm like, you know what, YouTube? I don't got a bun for it.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw some ingredients on it. Just cause it's food and it's something to eat. And like, you know what I'm saying? Serenghetto, pepper jack, jalapeno, habanero cheese. Yeah, throw it on there. You know, I'm not gonna do shit, but okay, yeah, the last two sections are falling apart. Well, now I'm gonna microwave that melted cheese all over it. Give it
Oh, yeah.
2 to
God.
4 minutes in the nuke station.
Whoa, wait, what'd he say? How long?
Microwave that melted cheese all over it. Give it 2 to 4 minutes
2 to...
in the nuke station.
Oh, well.
2 minutes. All it does is use the microwave. It's like, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's not bitter about his trolls.
You don't like Cobra's cooking style, then like, fuck off. Just start to drip cheese. Go down to the very end until it starts doing that right there on the... Oh shit, look out.
Like, literally, he could have just put the cheese on and then covered it with, like, a pan lid. Or, like, a pot lid. And you would have gotten the same effect. And you wouldn't have then cooked everything else more and fucked that up. We're almost at the end of this.
Let that cool off. Check out this burger, YouTube. I want to try it real quick.
Whoa. Please show the inside. God, he waited a day to eat that? Oh, that wasn't a good picture.
Oh, look at reaching on the center of the plate. That burger slaps.
Wait, he's still...
Slaps real good.
Oh, God, that does not look cooked at all. Looks way too grimy inside there.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm not just seeing shit, right, folks?
Food hack, YouTube.
If you say so. Yeah, basically. Okay, well, because I got some very nice donations in with this, sorry, folks, if you don't like when I do wrestling stuff, but even if you don't like that, I mean, this guy is just because he's so retarded. Yeah, for those who don't know, it looks like Jessica, aka Nal, is in Casper right now. That's a place in Casper, Wyoming. Hold on 1 second. Apparently my daughter made egg and tomato soup, asked if I want any, and I don't because I'm fucking full. For those of you who don't know who this guy is, well, hold on. Hold on. For those who don't know who this this clearly God's gift to women right here, this guy is a wrestling otaku, and he just gives like really fucking awful wrestling takes. He's a big AEW fan. He hates WWE. I mean, look, there's plenty of reasons to hate on WWE, but he's like one of those guys who just hates it because it's not AEW. And this take that he's giving, like, I just got to hear this. He's saying, for those who don't know, Kevin Owens is a popular WWE wrestler. Before he joined WWE, he was very big in like the indies, very like stuff that's not WWE centric. But then he joined WWE. He's been there for like a decade, over a decade at this point. And what?
Wrestling Otaku channel, of course.
Okay, we're gonna speed this up a little bit here because I don't have all fucking day here, and I know we're gonna probably be pausing this. But yeah, so this guy, he's been in WWE for a long time. Like, it was his goal to be in WWE, and he's made a lot of money, been in a lot of big spots, multi-time champion, all that shit. Like, legit a Hall of Fame career. And this guy is saying that he wasted his career in WWE. So let's see what logic he spouts to us.
Your personification of excellence on YouTube and YWC. We're the best reviews wrestling. And
okay, this might be a little bit too fast.
Three-time YWC Channel of the Year, and I'm back here. It is now officially Tuesday, April the 15th, 2025. It's a little past midnight, so I figure I'd go ahead and do a little late-night video here, so hope y'all have...
Yeah, why would we go to sleep? It's past midnight. Let's just fucking make a video for a half-hour ranting. And I fucking hate this, too. Him leaving his TV on in the background. What is that? Is that Apex Legends? Does anyone know what game that is? But just leaving a fucking TV on. First of all, you're wasting energy. And secondly, you're burning, like, that's not good for the screen to just leave a static thing there. Is that there the whole time? Yeah, it's there the whole time. You're just leaving a static image on your screen. It's going to cause burn-in.
Had a good weekend. Hope y'all have a good Monday. So the week started out pretty decently for me. I got a day off tomorrow, so I can rest and relax. And as you can see on the screen there, I got some Apex. You know, I was playing some Apex.
It was Apex. I knew it.
Game stream. I might do that later. You know, it all depends on how I feel. But I hope y'all are having a good one, and hope you guys.
I keep playing Apex. Talk about a fucking fall from grace. I stopped playing Apex early 2021, mainly because the 2022, mainly because the guy who I used to play with, we just stopped playing together. Nothing like went down. It was just he wanted to do install the flying toasters, but he was doing competitive. I don't do competitive, so we just stopped playing together. And Apex is one of those games that's really hard to play with randoms. But anyways, the game is real. I was there from like day one in like 2018 or 17 when it started. But the game has really gone to shit. Like, you just Google Apex Legends, you'll just get thousands of videos and articles saying like Apex is down, why Apex sucks, all this shit. That living room is Latin grandmothers. Yeah, it was the After Dark screensaver suite. About that, that's a fucking blast from the past. Speaking of blast from the past, fucking, I was in, and then I'll get to the video. I was at a local yogurt store, and they have like one of those monitors on the screen where you just like, you know, you just put in like a slideshow or whatever. And they said, and literally one of them came up and it said, come visit our store on the World Wide Web at, and then it had the web address. And I was just thinking, like, when's the last time anyone has referred to the internet or any aspect of it as the World Wide Web? Like, think about that, folks. When's the last time you've heard the expression World Wide Web used? Like, I don't think I've heard that used unironically in like 20 years. Like back in like the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, yeah, it made sense when the internet was newer and web pages were the main thing in the internet. But like, who even really uses who uses really the quote World Wide Web for many things now? Everything almost now is like app driven, or yeah, it's like apps or just like specialized things. But okay, anyways, let's get to Genius over here.
The content that I've been providing here on the channel so far. I got more, so certainly some more videos on the books, videos that I plan on doing, hopefully, throughout the rest of this week, and you'll be seeing that here on the channel. But here tonight, I want to talk about something. I want to make this video. I've been thinking about doing this for a while since I heard a certain report last week, a pretty significant report in the world of wrestling. Certainly a lot of you will know what I'm referring to when I get to it. And so today I wanted to talk about a specific wrestler, one who I have personally been a fan of since I first saw him, since I first, was introduced to him wrestling way back in the old days of Ring of Honor, back in the, 2010, 2011 was when I first, got the chance to watch him wrestle. This was back when Ring of Honor was owned by Sinclair and they were airing on CW, that whole syndicated, when they had the syndicated, shows, Ring of Honor TV on syndicated, programming, broadcasts and stuff like that.
It wasn't the CW, it was Sinclair owned stations. They owned CW, ABC, CBS, Fox. They owned a bunch of stations, so it wasn't like a CW thing.
And so ever since then, I've been a fan of this dude. Ever since then, I've seen his
Hypertext transfer protocol in here. Yeah, good old. I remember using. I was on fucking news groups like Usenet and shit like that. Remember those fun days?
Rise in the wrestling world and his rise as a talent, his rise as a wrestler. I've seen him, go from place to place. Went from Ring of Honor to NXT, then later to WWE, and I've really kind of watched this guy just, climb the ranks, if you will, or attempt to climb the ranks, and kind of become one of the more established names in pro wrestling today. And ever since, like I said, from the early days of me watching him on Ring of Honor and ROH TV, I became really captivated by him. Great wrestler, great in-ring work. Also, he was a really good promo, really good on the mic. He was one of the most complete all-around wrestlers that I've seen in my time as being a wrestling fan. So today I'm going to be talking about one Kevin Owens, also known as Kevin Steen. So as most of you are
Kevin
aware...
Steen. That's not what he said. It's Steen, S-T-E-E-N. I just find it fucking funny that it translated as Steam.
It came out recently. A report came out last week, sometime mid last week, that Kevin Owens is, unfortunately, he is dealing with a serious injury, or it was revealed that he was dealing with a serious injury, and he's going to have to take some time off. He's going to have to take significant time off. He's going to have to undergo surgery, and it's a pretty serious surgery from what the report's stating. It's a neck fusion surgery. Apparently,
it's not a fucking report. He fucking came on this quote unquote report. He literally came out on TV on Raw. Was it Raw? No. Wait. No, it was SmackDown, excuse me. He came out on SmackDown. He basically said, yeah, my neck's fucked up. I'm going away for a while. It wasn't a report. He just flat out came out on TV.
As he's been having problems with his neck, which I believe, he's had problems with, neck, I believe he's had problems with that in the years past, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a pretty big surgery. And the timetable for his return is pretty big. It's going to be a long while before you see Kevin Owens again, unfortunately. And when this was reported, it was a pretty big deal. Last week it was a pretty big deal. A lot of people were talking about it. Other content creators were talking about it. Neck fusion surgery is certainly, a big thing. Any injury involving your neck is going to be a big deal. Just
Thank you, Doctor.
Guys like Stone Cold and Edge and Dana Bryan, and more recently Big E. And, he's apparently going to be out for a significant amount of time after the surgery, after he has it. And he's not only going to miss WrestleMania this year, which of course takes place this upcoming weekend, it's likely that he's going to miss next year's WrestleMania as well, because the timetable for a return from a surgery like this is at least a year to 18 months. So yeah, he's going to be on the shelf for a while. And there's also talks that based on how it goes, based on, obviously his age and, other factors that go into it, he may never come back to wrestling again. He may decide, that this may very well be the end of at least his full-time wrestling career, or it may be the end of his career as we know it. So, some rather obviously saddening news, some disheartening, disappointing news to hear for somebody like myself who has been a long time Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen fan. I certainly wish him the best. Hope he recovers, hope he gets well, hope he has a surgery, hope all goes well. And you want to see somebody who has done.
Okay, how does this turn dark then? Or
Kevin Owens has been in his, in the time I've been watching him. You certainly don't want to see him go out in that way. So I wish him all the best. I'm pretty sure I posted about this before, but here with this video I kind of wanted to talk in retrospect, thinking about the possibility of Kevin Owens' career being over with this surgery, with this, his apparent injury, and so on and so forth. And I just kind of been reflecting on his career as a whole, specifically his time in WWE. After everything that he did in Ring of Honor, and it's just like, to me, on the surface, just looking back at the last 10, 15 years, specifically, like I said, I'm specifically looking at his time in WWE, not counting NXT necessarily, because he was a pretty solid guy in NXT. I'm talking about when he came up to the main roster. And I just personally feel like, again, this is just me talking. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to necessarily, feel the same way. But this is just how I feel thinking about it.
They should be good.
To me personally, I just think that Kevin Owens' career was honestly wasted in WWE. Now, let me just kind of break down what I mean by that.
Yes, please do.
If you think about Kevin Owens, if you think about his time in WWE, like, he was, for anybody who paid attention to him, one of the best wrestlers, one of the better talents that they had. Like I just said, specified, one of the best all-around guys that I've ever watched wrestle, at least in the last decade or so. He can pretty much do it all. He can pretty much do anything that is asked of him. He could go out and cut a promo. He could go out and wrestle a match. He could go out and put up a solid 10, 15, 20-minute match with just about anybody. He's top tier in the ring. He's top tier on the mic. He can be a face. He can be a heel. He can do a lot of different things. He can do whatever is asked of him. Like I said, he's multifaceted and multi-talented in that way. And it's very rare that you see a wrestler like that. It's very rare that you see a talent like a Kevin Owens come along. And it's just like, for a guy who is as talented as he is, he really wasn't pushed up, or he wasn't really put treated on the level that his talent suggested that he should have been treated. I personally just think that he was underappreciated. I personally think he was undervalued. And I made a post about this last week, right before the weekend. I made a post about this on Blue Sky right after I heard about this whole injury of him.
He's on Blue Sky.
He's going to be out for a significant amount of time with the surgery. I talked about this on Blue Sky, and I made reference of this on my post on Blue Sky. And there's some people who commented, and they said various things. I went back and forth with certain people, and they would say stuff like, oh, well, he actually had a decent career. He had a solid career in WWE. He was a world champion. He was a universal champion. Oh, he did everything, that there was to do. He was a Grand Slam champion. Oh, he won the tag titles with Sami Zayn at WrestleMania in the main event a year or two ago. Oh, he main evented with Stone Cold. Oh, there's nothing more that he could have done, blah, blah, blah. He's had a solid career, but, and, people say this stuff like this, and I just look at it like, I kind of look at it a little differently. And
how could you look at anything of what he said differently? Let's just recap, and what he's saying is true. He's a multi-time champion, like world champion. He's been in major matches. He's been WrestleMania. He's main evented 2 WrestleManias. One where him and his best friend won the tag titles. Another one where he was literally in a match with fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the match actually didn't suck. Yeah, like what else? What else is he supposed to do? Like, how is that a waste?
Like, if you look at just how Kevin Owens was booked in his time in the main roster, and if you really, and I mean really, really pay attention to how he was booked or where he was placed, his placement on the show, like in terms of what matches he wrestled, who he wrestled against, and just like things like that, you'll kind of notice the pattern that WWE did not value Kevin Owens that greatly. WWE did not consider Kevin Owens as a top tier guy. They did not consider him as a main event act who they could rely on regularly. I mean,
they made him They made him the world champion. How many times was he world champion?
Look at how Kevin Owens was booked in his time on the main roster of WWE, and compare it to, say, Roman Reigns. How Roman Reigns was booked the last 10 years. You can take how Kevin Owens was booked and compare it to somebody like Seth Rollins. You can take Kevin Owens and compare how he was booked to like guys like Randy Orton, or even more recently, Cody Rhodes. And you'll see the very obvious glaring difference between how Kevin Owens was booked as compared to how those other guys were booked.
Okay, that is not a fair comparison, okay? Okay, first of all, Roman Reigns, he was the chosen one, so no one was booked like he was. Seth Rollins, basically, Kevin Owens is probably A tier. Those other people he listed are S tier, okay? But that doesn't mean that the A tier guys suck. They're just not S tier. Like, you know what I mean? Like, being A tier, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, the S tier is for, like, a highly selective, or, you know, that's like the elite of the elite. No pun intended. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Where's it? Okay. Championships and accomplishments. Let's see here. Okay, I take that back. He was only the Universal Champion one time. He wasn't a world champion more than that. I mean, he was Intercontinental twice, US 3 times. Oh, I thought he was world champion more than that. Okay, my mistake.
He was just basically, in WWE's case, a plug-in talent, an upper mid-card talent who they could plug in to whatever program they wanted him to be in. And he could do, again, anything that's asked of him because he's that good. But it was obvious to me, just based on the way he was booked, that he was not a top-tier guy. WWE did not consider him a top-tier guy. They did not consider him a consistent main event guy. If you need any more convincing than that, if you need any further like evidence of that, just look at how many times he's been world champion. He won a world title one time in the entirety of his almost 10 years of being on the main roster. He was a multiple time NXT champion. He was like, I believe, 2 times. He won the NXT title 2 times. So he
no, he won it only once. Fucking Samoa Joe was the first multi-time NXT champion. I knew that off the top of my fucking head.
He was considered a top guy there. But when he came up to that main roster, it was a completely different story. They put the Universal title on him in like the first, year or 2 years that he came up. But since then, since he won the Universal title, how many world titles has this guy held? 0. And think about that Universal title. Think about the title that he did win. He won the Universal title. Okay? Think about that. The Universal title, which is, if you think about it, especially back then, this was during Vince McMahon's WWE, the Universal title was treated as a second-tier title. It was not the main title. It was not their main title. It was not the title that they put on the guys that they really wanted to push and really wanted to showcase. It was a Universal title. It was the title that they put on other guys who they wanted to stick a world title on so they could say, oh, yeah, this guy held the world title or was a world champion.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
That is so not what the case was. Like, hold on. Like, no, that is not the case of it. Like, their main people were the Universal Champions. Like, to say that it was a secondary belt, that is not a fair statement. I mean, that really depended on who held whatever belt at the time. But no, the Universal Champion was not considered like the second class champion. Fucking Lesnar held the Universal Champion for a long period of time, I believe. Hold on, let me see the this was the belt that Lesnar held. Yeah, Lesnar was by far the top guy. He held the belt for 504 days. Yeah, that was definitely the fucking main title. This guy is fucking retarded.
Okay, it was a second-tier title. It was a second-place title. It was never the top title. Never. Maybe when they put it on Roman Reigns, they started to treat it like a top-tier title. But before that, every single person who has been Universal Champion has done nothing since they won it.
Fucking Lesnar held it. Lesnar held it for 504 days, and nobody, when he held it, said that he was not the top guy in WWE. No, the other guy, or actually, I don't think they even had a second title then.
Kevin Owens is no exception. And it's like, and since, his Universal title run, this guy has bounced around in the mid-card. When he won the United States title, he won the Intercontinental title, he won the tag titles. Yes, he was a Grand Slam champion. But if you think about it, in this day and age, that doesn't really mean anything.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because WWE does not value their mid-card titles. They don't value the United States title. They don't value the Intercontinental title, not like they did back in the Attitude Era, not like they did back in the 90s. The Intercontinental title...
The US title is not fucking in the WWE in the 90s, you asshat.
back then was the stepping stone championship that they put on guys who they wanted to down the line become a main event guy. That's how they booked the Intercontinental title back then. And to a degree, that's how they booked the United States title back in the Ruthless Aggression era on SmackDown. Now,
I'm sorry. Look, it's just the translator being bad. It's supposed to be ruthless, Ruthlass. The fact that it says roofers aggression, it just makes me laugh. Oh, whoops. Oh, fuck, I had on the wrong thing there. Yeah, right here. Fuck, come on.
it's just a title they throw on somebody. That's it. They don't value the mid-card titles. They didn't value the mid-card titles back then. And honestly, they don't really value them now.
Okay, let's just get a list of WWE Grand Slam champions. Because there's no real tag team division in
WWE, especially not back then. Back in the mid-2010s, 2015, 2016, and, on, go up till, even now, like I said, even now. They don't value those titles. So what good is a Grand Slam champion? Like, if you want to even call it an achievement, if you want to even call it an accomplishment, it doesn't really mean anything. And Kevin Owens was never...
okay, here's a list of Grand Slam champions, okay? This is clearly a list of, nobodies. You're probably even going to recognize people who are on this list, okay? Let's see. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kane, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero. I'm sorry, there's two eras of this. So there's the original format, and then there's a revised format. Okay, so this is the original format, according to Wikipedia, since 1997. So the last one was Eddie Guerrero, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Jeff Hardy, JBL, Christian, and The Big Show. Okay, that's the original era. And then the revised era, there's a couple of duplicates here, but still. Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Big Show, The Miz, Daniel Bryant, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor. Right, yeah. Clearly, the Grand Slam means fucking nothing, and it's just, it's not an elite group of people or anything like that. Yeah, but let's disregard the importance of being a Grand Slam champion.
True world champion. He was a universal champion one time, and that's it. He was never the WWE champion. He was never the undisputed champion. Never.
Those weren't belts then, oh God.
And that tells you all you need to know. Oh my God, he main evented WrestleMania. Oh my God, he won the tag titles with Sami Zayn and da-da-da. Oh my God, he main evented with Stone Cold. Let me just tell you something about those things, guys. First off, in regards to him winning the titles of Sami Zayn, the tag titles of Sami Zayn at that WrestleMania, whatever it was, like last year, the year before, it's good. It's fine. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have been up and down the roads. They were a pairing even back during the Ring of Honor days when Sami Zayn was known as El Generico. And then, they're one of the few only guys in terms of wrestlers that are actual legit best friends in real life that have, been pretty much together for the entirety of their careers, both in Ring of Honor and later in NXT and then in WWE on the main roster. So, that's all good and fine. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really mean anything, And their quote main event was on night one of WrestleMania. This is when the WrestleMania started going 2 nights. And it's like, to me, and I've said this before, the night one main event of WrestleMania is not the true main event. It is not a main event. I do not consider that a main event. It is just the final match on night one of WrestleMania. That's all it is. It's just a gimme main event. It's a filler. It's like...
Oh, you know what? Fucking tell Kevin Owens that what he did was not on a main event of WrestleMania. Okay, there definitely is, I'm not going to lie, there is a difference between, night one and night two. Yes, night two is the, quote, the bigger main event, but, night one, having the final match, that is nothing to sneeze at. That still is a very big accomplishment. They don't just put that on any fucking match. That is, that is considered definitely the number 2 most important match on the entire card. So it's no joke or pushover to be put on that. And not only that, but to have that, because it was also the culmination of a major storyline, of a long-term story that the crowd went fucking apeshit for when they won. And let's just not forget the fact that him and his best friend got to live their dream of not only main eventing a WrestleMania, or well, you know, or being in the high part of WrestleMania, but doing it together as part of that thing. Like, people would kill, anyone in the locker room would kill to be able to do what they pulled off that night. And he's just saying like, oh no, it was nothing. Because it wasn't on Sunday night, so it doesn't count, it doesn't mean anything. Like, how fucking disrespectful can you be? You're supposed to be defending this guy, and you're just totally shitting on him.
It's like 1B, basically. It's like a second tier main event. It's not a real main event. It's not the match that they treat, that they value as a main event on the card. It is just a gimme. It is just a filler. Okay? The match that they held, the final match on the 2 nights, the main event of night 2, the final match of night 2, that is the true main event. Night 1 is just night 1 is just, hey, we need a match to close out night 1. Let's just throw whatever. That's basically what they do. And especially the last couple of years, you've seen that's basically what they do. They do not value the night 1 main event. They do not view it as an actual main event. So people sitting here saying, oh, he was in the main event of WrestleMania. He was not. He was in the final match of night 1. That's it. And he won the tag titles with Sami Zayn. That's fine and dandy. Doesn't mean anything, though. Because the tag titles are incredibly, at that point, undervalued. And basically, it doesn't mean anything that they won them.
Oh, God. Well, like...
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Like, it was legit one of the hot, like... Oh, no, you know he believes the stuff. He's not, like... He's just that retarded. Like, he is just so... And again, I apologize, folks who don't care about wrestling, but those of you who do, who are watching this, I'm sure you're all, like me, ready to pull your hair out just at how retarded this is. Like, this is, like, Phil level of retardation. This is unbelievable. Like this almost has me like so hot that I want to like respond to this guy, but you know, I have better things to do with my life than to play with retards.
I'm pretty sure that they lost him, not too long after. So it didn't really mean anything. Now, people saying, oh, well, he main evented with Stone Cold. First off, once again, it was a night 1 main event, quote unquote. So I don't consider it a main event. Number 2, it was not even a match or a scheduled match. It was a Kevin Owens show segment with Stone Cold that happened to close out the show. And then eventually it devolved into an impromptu match, which wasn't even really a match. It was more of a fight that they had for about 10, 11, 12 minutes. And guess what happened at the end of it? Kevin Owens lost. That's right. Kevin Owens lost a match or a fight to a 50-plus-year-old man who at that point had not wrestled in almost 20 years. His last match was WrestleMania 19, for crying out loud. A guy who had been out for 19 years, who had retired early because of problems with his neck, who had come out of retirement to have this Kevin appear on this WrestleMania, to have this Kevin Owens show segment, which devolved into a match. And then he basically went over on a guy, on a at that point, a former Universal Champion. That just goes to show you right there how much they value Kevin Owens. You had him lose to somebody like that. And then impromptu match against a 50-plus-year-old man who had been out for 19 years with a neck injury.
Right, because what they really wanted to have, because really what the fans wanted to see was they wanted to see one of the top heels beat Stone Cold at the main event of WrestleMania. Like, no, he's looking at it the wrong way. The fact that they chose Kevin showed how much faith and confidence they had in him, because whoever they put against Stone Cold had to carry the match. Whoever was put in that spot was going to be the MVP of that match. So they could have gone to like anyone, and they went to Kevin to go and carry that match. And it was pretty much everyone, which was like, you look at what the sentiment, what the feeling was about that match. People are like, yeah, that was a lot better than we expected it to be, and was a lot better than they had any right to be. Like, he got major kudos after that match. And this guy here is just poo-pooing. He's like, oh, it was a waste because he lost. Yeah, I'm sure that Kevin Owens was crying over the fact that he got to be in the main event at WrestleMania of one of his childhood idols. Yes, I'm sure Kevin Owens feels really disrespected and upset at the position he was put in to main event with one of his childhood heroes.
Who literally came out of retirement to have one fight or one match, and you had Kevin Owens take the loss to somebody like that, and you consider that an achievement? You consider that an accomplishment?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me, folks? I get it. Kevin Owens, he that's his hero, or Kevin Owens really looks up to Stone Cold, or he considers him like an idol, or whatever the case may be, and that's fine and dandy. But on the outside, when you look at it objectively, from my point of view, personally, I think they made Kevin Owens look like a punk at the end of that whole thing. You made him look weak. You made him look weak as fuck. Surely you have to see it. It doesn't matter if it's Stone Cold or anybody. It's Stone Cold. It's a well past this prime, 19 years out of retirement Stone Cold. It's not the same guy. This is not the same Stone Cold from the fucking Attitude Era, folks. It's not the same guy. It's not the same wrestler. Not even close. So I don't really consider that. If anything, I consider that WWE showing
What the fuck? What is that noise?
just how much they value, or rather undervalue, Kevin Owens. I just don't like it, folks. It makes him look...
What's up? That's coming from the video. That's not coming from my microphone. What the fuck is that background noise? And also, I love how the fucking... That's everything too. Like, he's so retarded. He doesn't have any power saving things on his... Like, his controller's just been sitting there powered on. And I'm sorry I keep ranting on about this with the wasting of the power, but like, with my PS5, that's the HVAC. That's some fucking loud HVAC. Jesus Christ. But, like, my thing, even all my devices, like, after, like, 10 minutes, if you don't do anything, like, it starts to go into, like, a, like, powers, you know, like a sleep mode, not sleep mode, like, you know, like, it dims the screen, shit like that, like, it powers down a little bit. Like, the fact that it's not doing any of that, it's like, God, man.
It makes him look weak. It makes him look cheap. You throw him out there, have this segment, then have a random impromptu fight/match, and he loses to a man who was in retirement for 20 years with a bad neck. Not a good look to me. Not a good look. And again, this was on night one of WrestleMania. It was not the main event. You need to get that in through your heads. It was not a main event. That, combined with all the other things that they had this guy do, when he was Universal Champion, guess what? You want to know how he lost that title? They had him wrestle fucking 50-plus-year-old Goldberg and had him lose in what? 13 seconds? 21 seconds? However, I forget what the time was. But he basically got squashed by a 50-plus-year-old man. 50-plus-year-old Goldberg lost the Universal title. This was right before WrestleMania. I think it was at Fastlane 2018. I want to say. I think it was 2018 because I'm pretty sure that's when Kevin Owens was champion. 2017, 20. I can't remember the exact year. I'm pretty sure it was 2018. But he lost to fucking 50-plus-year-old Goldberg in not even a minute. You can't even give him a minute against fucking Goldberg. You had to basically get squashed. And he loses the Universal title. Never held it since. Never held it since. They put him in matches for world titles and stuff. And he constantly put other guys over. And that's basically what he is. That's basically what his role is. That's what his role was in WWE. He was a guy who put over other guys. He was a guy who WWE plugged in whatever fucking program they want to put him in to elevate other guys. They used him as a stepping stone to elevate and push other guys who they wanted to push at the time. That's basically all he amounted to in that company. And that's all he will ever amount to in that company, sadly. Sadly. They used him to elevate fucking Roman Reigns. They used him to elevate fucking Seth Rollins. They used him to elevate Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, like I mentioned before, John Cena. Guys like that. That's all that they used Kevin Owens for. He was.
How is that a bad thing? They don't use him to squash him. They use him to elevate other people. That's like, what is bad about that? That's like you're being a reliable worker. Like, there's literally no shame in being in Kevin Owens' position. They rely on you to help other people. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Possible ban of Vader. A sec here. Yeah, ban.
Never the top guy. He was never a main event talent. They never viewed him as a main event guy. They never viewed him as a main event player, folks. You see, like, if you actually bother to pay attention, you see it plain as day. WWE was never going to value Kevin Owens as a top guy who they trusted in a main event slot. Look at what they're doing with Cody Rhodes now. Do you see Kevin Owens being in that spot? Of course not. Not with fucking Vince McMahon. The way Vince McMahon looks at his fucking talents, because, you know, Kevin Owens is, you know, he's fat, he's got a little bit of a stomach and all that kind of shit. Because he doesn't fit the mold of a top talent. And even now with Triple H there, Triple H books him the exact same way the fucking Vince did. So really, what has changed? What is different? All he is basically a utility player, a super utility talent who gets plugged in and is used as a stepping stone to elevate and push other guys on the card, higher up on the card. That's all he is.
What is, like, bro, for someone who clearly is supposed to be so into, like, wrestling and is, like, a super mark, like, the fact that you're coming across it's like, bro, you're supposed to be able to like, someone of your quote-unquote, like, inside knowledge or whatever, like, you should be understanding just how fucking like, how good he is to WWE and how much WWE values him and how he values his position in the company. Okay, because he had plenty of... here's all you need to know, is that he's had plenty of opportunities, especially even since AEW was formed. He had plenty of opportunities to jump ships. Yet he just keeps signing with all of his friends from PWG. Funny, he never mentions them there, only mentions Ring of Honor, but, you know, all of his friends are in AEW. He could easily get paid tons of money by Tony Khan, and yet he keeps signing long-term deals with WWE. Why do you think that is? Seriously, why do you think that is?
Sadly, that's all he is. Basically, you can throw Bray Wyatt in that same conversation. You can put Bray Wyatt in that same conversation. He was never viewed as a main event top-tier guy. And may he rest in peace, by the way. May Bray Wyatt rest in peace. Guys like that, two guys right there, Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt, completely underutilized and undervalued in this company. It's a fucking crying shame, too, because these are two of the most talented athletes, two of the most talented wrestlers that have ever come out, that have ever...
Is there any, like, things here?
Years. Bar none. Bar none. And look what they're reduced to. Fucking jobbing to the guys, to WWE's main event guys.
I bet these are heavily
to the Roman Reigns
curated.
of the world, to the Cody Rhodes of the world, to the fucking Seth Rollins of the world, to the Lesnars and the Goldbergs of the fucking world, to the John Cenas of the world. Kevin Owens was never going to be used in a capacity any more than what he ended up being used for in this company. And now that there's a possibility that he may never wrestle again, it is a fucking goddamn crying shame that you look back at the entirety of his career there, and you see that he never amounted to anything more than a glorified mid-card guy, a glorified upper mid-card guy. That's all they saw Kevin Owens as. And it's a guy.
Well, I would argue this is a really hot take. I mean, like, it's a stupid hot take, but it's still a hot take. I mean, no one is. I'm going to share this on Twitter and say, like, behold, the most retarded take in the history of professional wrestling.
Fucking crying shame that somebody that talented, somebody that good, could only amount to being just another guy, to elevate the guy, quote unquote. They never viewed him as a main event player. Never. They never viewed him as a marquee player. It's a main event WrestleMania. So fucking lead the show, to be the face of the show, to be the face of the company. They never viewed him as that.
Of course they didn't. No fucking company, no mainstream company was going to put Kevin Owens as the face of their company. Are you fucking... Of course you're retarded. Like, of course they're not. Like, most people who look like Kevin Owens don't get to where Kevin Owens is, okay? Like, Kevin Owens back in the day would have been like... You would have seen him on, like, Challenger Superstars doing jobs, you know, like, all the time. That's what people like him would be like back in the day. Like, it was the fact of his mic skills, his athleticism, that got him to be, like, at the top of the A tier. He was never going to be S tier. Like, I'm sorry, but there's only so, like, how many people are S tier? Like, 5, maybe 10 out of a roster of over 100? Like, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. He did the best with what he had. Like, he hit, you could say, oh, he hit a ceiling. Yeah, he hit the ceiling. Very, very few people can hit their ceiling. That's very rare. For him to accomplish what he's accomplished, like, there is no shame in that.
Never will. And the sad part about it is that people like the ones that I was talking about, the ones who I went back and forth with basically on social media, they see it as, oh, well, he had a satisfactory career. I don't see it as a satisfactory career. Oh my God, what more could he have done? I don't know. Fucking won some more world titles? Roman Reigns was the champion for fucking 3 years. Why can't Kevin Owens have a reign like that? You got guys who are 6, 7.
Could you imagine Kevin Owens being champion for 3 years? No, that ain't fucking happening.
8, 9, 10-time fucking world champions. You got John Cena fucking wrestling for 17 at WrestleMania next weekend. Why can't Kevin Owens have more title reigns? Huh? We'll talk about what he's done. Oh my god, all these quote-unquote good things he's done. Oh, he's had such a successful career. What more could he have done? How about actually being booked like a fucking top guy? How about that? Actually fucking being a main event of WrestleMania. Not a night one throwaway fucking main event, but the actual fucking main event. There's plenty this guy could have fucking done. There's plenty. But WWE doesn't see him in that capacity. It is a fucking shame. And they never will. That's why I wanted so bad for him to leave and go to AEW. Because at least then he will be fucking valued. You know Tony Khan will value him.
I knew this was going to come back to him saying, oh, he wouldn't be off in AEW. Yeah, you know, he could have gone AEW multiple times and he fucking didn't. What does that tell you? Legit, what does that tell you?
Friends with the Young Bucks. He's got the fucking... He's obviously, you know, got friends there. He obviously would get it, you know, have a good word in. Because, again, he's friends with fucking, you know, the EVPs and all that. And you know Tony Khan will value him. You know Tony Khan would use him in that capacity. He would never be viewed in that capacity in fucking WWE.
So why didn't he leave, asshole?
Right now.
Yeah, look at the way John Moxley's booked now.
Even value him. Look at how he's being booked right now in AEW. He's a top tier player. No doubt in my mind, Tony Khan would do the exact same thing with Kevin Owens should if he ever went there.
What, you mean ruin his legacy? Have you seen how fucking John Moxley has been booked recently? I'm sorry, for those of you who are not watching, is anyone even watching the stream other than you, I think I drove off everyone. Oh no, there's some people here. But like so John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, whoever is involved in like legit one of the worst storylines in like wrestling history in AEW right now. Like nobody likes the position he's in. Nobody likes his group. Like AEW has been a fucking shit show for like the last 6 months because his title reign has been so bad. Like it's had like go away heat. Not like people aren't like booing him because they don't like they're booing like everything of what's going on. Like people hate him, people hate his group. But again, it's not like, oh, boo, you're the bad guy kind of thing. It's like, boo, we fucking hate what you're doing because we hate your promos. We hate everything you stand for. Like, he has, like, awful, awful go-away heat. And the ratings and the attendance and the crowd reactions show just how not over he is. He definitely was over for a time. But it's not working right now.
It looks like it may never happen now. Because... he's having this next year. He's got this injury. He's going to have surgery, and he may never wrestle again. We saw what happened with Big E. But although the difference is Big E got hurt, that was more of a freak accident. You know, Big E actually legitimately broke his neck, and he's never going to wrestle again likely. And it's a shame, you know. And your heart goes out to a guy like Big E. With Kevin Owens, you know, there's a chance again.
I love how I keep saying Big E like fucking Biggie Smalls. I like that.
You know, it's not a guarantee that he'll never wrestle. You know, but the timetable for him returning is pretty lengthy. And it's just a thing of, you know, you just look back and think, what could have been? You know, what could have been? He could have been so much more than he has been. And I know if you go out and you ask him, if you ask Kevin Owens about his time there, of course he's going to do the humble, you know, company guy thing. And he's going to say, oh yeah, I was grateful for my time there. And I thank WWE for everything they've done for me and yada, yada, yada. Of course he's going to say that. Of course he's going to say that. Of course that's going to be his viewpoint, his stance. Of course he's going to say that. Because he's fucking under contract for them. He's getting paid by them. Of course he's going to fucking say that. He's not going to say anything detrimental to the company while he's still working there. So,
Right, because people never say detrimental things about the company they work for. I mean, like, Kevin Steen or Owens, whatever, was a notorious fucking pain in the ass. Like, everyone who, you know, is not his friend has pointed, and I don't mean like necessarily they're enemies, but like, people have always pointed out what a shit attitude he's had. And he's been very outspoken on things, yet he has said nothing but positive things about WWE, and also keeps signing newer long-term contracts. So yes, clearly he must hate being in WWE and is torturing himself by staying there as opposed to taking a big paycheck and easier schedule going with AEW. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get it? He may be, quote, satisfied with his spot as a fan of his, somebody who's been a long-time fan of his, who sees the talent that he has, and has for a long time, since his days in Ring of Honor. as somebody who has been a long-standing Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen fan, I look at it, in my point of view, I think he was undervalued and underappreciated, and his career was wasted in WWE, being basically a stepping stone for other guys to be top-tier big names. That's how I view it. That's honestly how I view it. And in the off chance that his career's over, I personally think we're all going to look back and think what could have been, what should have been a great, truly fruitful career for a guy like Kevin Owens. This guy should have main evented WrestleMania, should have been a world champion many times over, should have had great, excellent, solid programs in that fucking company. But it never happened. Because you know why? Because they don't see it in him. They don't value him like that. That's what it is, folks. You don't want to hear it. If you disagree, it is what it is. You're entitled to your opinion. But if you look at it from my point of view, that's basically what it is. That's what I see.
You mean from the point of view of a retard? Okay.
And I personally believe his career was wasted in WWE. And it's honestly a shame. It's honestly disappointing for a guy as talented as that. There's nothing you can do, though. Nothing you can do. All you can do is look to the future and hope for the best. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. That's all I can say. And I hope Kevin Owens, during his time off, now that he's having the surgery, he really kind of reflects and he takes a step back and he sees the writing on the wall. He sees his own value and he asks himself, am I really where I want to be? Is this really all that I have to achieve? I hope he asks himself that question. And I hope these quote unquote fans out here ask themselves that question. This guy should be a main event. This guy should be a WrestleMania main event top bill guy. Top tier guy, multiple time world champion, WWE champion, not fucking Universal champion. And it's a shame that his career has been stunted, basically. And his career, to me, has ultimately been wasted in WWE by people who don't value him. Simple as that. So that's really all I gotta say for that. I don't really have anything more to add, so that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. We're 31 minutes in, so I figure I'll go ahead and close this out. I've said all I need to say here. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment. Give me your thoughts on anything I touched on here. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to all spark and get. That being said, thanks for watching once again. Till next time.
I'm gonna leave a dislike on it. Well, actually, I should see what, because I have the dislike. Oh, that is bullshit. There is no way this video has 0 dislikes. That is fucking ridiculous. Even if it's just counting like. Yeah, that was one of the most retarded takes I've ever heard in my life.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Like, yeah, that was fucking god awful. Well. I'm gonna send that to my friend Vince. I know he'll get a kick out of that. But, anyways, yeah, that was fun. Sorry there was no Now stuff. I mean, I'm sure you're all devastated when you get to watch fucking Jessica Boyle today. But I'm sure we'll have more shit with her soon. But anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by. Twitch. Where are we going to go? God, and still fucking streaming? Sure, why not? Or is he about to, yeah, no, he's still going, I think. No, I think, or is he leaving? No, I think he's still going. Okay, yeah, we'll do that one. And on YouTube, I mean, there's not really anything. It's going to the, what is it? The Raw Phil, though I don't think he's live yet. But who knows, maybe they'll be doing some shit. But anyways, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks, coming along for the donations. Demeter, who else? Exiled, JDX, everyone who stopped by. Yeah, hopefully we'll have some more stuff for next week too. I might do some more streaming tomorrow, but don't hold me to that. It's not going to be more low cost. I'll probably do some more bullshit gaming stuff. And it might be on Twitch, depending on what it ends up being. But in any case, have a good night, folks.